What up, gamers? Today we're going to be looking at this dinosaur. Paleo Luna. We're going to be going over how she performs in game, my overall opinion and the best build for her. If you do end up liking this video, leave a like and subscribe, much appreciated. But let's get into it. So, Paleo Luna, Commander perk, Soaring Claws Plus. Adds 9% of current health to melee weapon damage. I just realised I said that in my head. Saurian Claws? Did I say that right, or is my accent just a language barrier? Anyway, adds 9% of current health to melee weapon damage. This actually used to be quite high. I think it was 15%, and the standard perk Saurian Claws adds 3% of current health. Used to be 5%, but this hero was crazy OP. If you had a melee and you were a 130 ninja with as much health as possible, you can even run health builds with this where you get stacked health and that will add to your damage, but it won't increase your sword damage. So for this build I've gone a sword damage build and not a health build, but I do incorporate some sort of health aspect, and you'll see once I get to the build. But yeah, that's a little bit of history behind this hero. She used to be super OP last year, and then she got nerfed quite a few times, and she's still viable. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of reminds me of Assassination. You are going to be doing very variable damage because you are going to be losing health, so it's like quite the opposite of Assassination. The more damage you do, the more you gain. The more damage you do, you're most likely to get hit. The more damage you don't do, that didn't make sense. Let's pretend it made sense. Yeah, let's just get into the build here. So for our commander we have Paleo Luna, obviously. For our team perk we have Blast from the Past. If you don't know this perk, it removes all shields and increases max health by 200%. That way we're getting more health, more damage. Easy peasy. Support team, autonomy lessons, increases crit rating of swords, axes and scythes by 15%. This is for higher crit damage, therefore we're going to be doing even more damage because the crit damage is taken 9% of and added. You get the gist. Saurian focus, while shield is depleted, regenerates 4 energy per second. If we don't have shield, we're going to be generating energy constantly. This lets us have a lot of energy attacks, heavy attacks. Really good damage, basically. Assassination, dealing melee weapon damage grants 1 stack of assassination up to 5 stacks. Assassination lasts 5 seconds and increases melee weapon damage by 4.5%. Again, we went over this earlier. The more damage you do, the more damage you get. It's a really good ability for swords. Saurian Vigor, this was added recently and I didn't do a video on her because you can't really do a build surrounding her, but she's excellent for anyone who's running Blast from the Past because you mostly need health for any of the dinosaurs. So this basically heals you for 2.125%. What a weird number, why can't that just be like 2? Let's just give it 2. Heals 2% of your max health over 5 seconds. Basically, we're not stuck on the low health that we would be capped at once we like respawn or whatever. So we are going to be constantly healing, that way we're going to be constantly gaining more damage if we've lost any health. We then have Easy Sword, increases sword heavy attack efficiency by 65%. Really good, especially for the weapon we're going to be using, probably the Mythic Sword. And yeah, that's about it. Let's just get into mission and showcase this off. Alright gamers, we in. I had to cook up a new sword for this because apparently I didn't have I had a 106 but not a 130, and obviously I want to showcase my max damage. So let's just get into this. We're going to throw a few heavy attacks because we're constantly generating energy, so we don't even need to worry about that. We're one-shotting all the basic risks. It's pretty well. Okay, that was a few shots on the blaster. I think I didn't see the damage fully and how much we should actually be doing. So 38k damage. But that's with the 9%, I think. Or does it change? Actually, let's take some damage. Yep. Hold. God, they did this quite slow, eh? Yep. Come on, a little bit. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh, 36. Okay, so it does go down, but it only increases by so much. Well, it is 9% of the current health and 9% of 1,000 would have been like 100,000 even. No, that should have been like 10,000 extra damage. That doesn't sound right actually. Okay, let's just keep trying this out. I don't think the math is actually correct on this. Unless my math is just shit. But as you can see, we are able to get a lot of heavier attacks out just because we're constantly generating energy. And we have the energy efficiency perk. So you might as well just use every attack with your heavy. If it's doing enough. Ooh, we are not doing great damage to this history. And this is a decent sword as well, if I recall. It's purple perked. Was that a 6k hit? God, I really did nerf her. Hey, I haven't used her in a quick minute. It's just not the same. I remember this thing used to be like crazy OP, this sword especially. Yeah, not great, not great. Honestly, my initial opinion, I haven't actually done a test before this video because I've used it before. Usually I'd do a little test game, like, okay, this is what I do, etc, etc, then I'll get into the real game. I thought, no, I've used this hero before, I can hop in comfortably and talk about it. I know she's been nerfed for a while, but I straight up haven't used her. I just stuck her in the standard perk place. And I can't pick up my swords. Okay, let's just try and... We're hitting 16Ks, and that was a standard hit. But it is against the fire whisk, and we are doing energy damage. This looks like it could be the sword, but I don't think it is. We did do a 42k hit then, and I think that must have been a crit. And around 400,000 health. We're gonna keep on gaining. Okay, let's just do that. Okay, it's not stacking the damage bar. I don't understand how this works actually. If someone wants to tell me in the comments how the math works on this. To me, I should be gaining like another 10k damage on the sword. But I'm not getting it. I have no clue what that's about. Especially now when I'm reaching almost a million health. I'm pretty sure 9% of a million is like 90k. Not 90k. Or is it? Oh, my math is shit. Oh god, I shouldn't have done a math video. Like, this requires like... To showcase the actual damage increase, I need to be good at math. I should have got a calculator or something. Oh jeez. This video is going to be a mess. Okay, I'm gonna give my overall opinion from what I've seen already. It's a decent sword build. I do notice the extra damage. Although it is very minute, it is still more damage. But in my opinion, I'd rather be running something like Assassination, where I have a guaranteed set amount of damage, where I'm gaining damage for every hit, and it's consistent. Whereas this, now we have 43k damage. I don't get it. I'm on 700,000. Now we're on 36. The damage is constantly changing. I think this hero might be bugged. Because it isn't looking like it's doing the correct numbers, or it's not updating properly. Maybe it's updating like 10 seconds after a health changes. But it doesn't look right. And as I said earlier, I'd rather be running something like Assassination or even Easy Sword just to get like a lot of heavy attacks out. Maybe I want to focus on a heavy attack build. Maybe Assassination for consistent damage, because this damage isn't consistent. I think it does have the potential to get really high damage, but that's when you're on max health, and you're not always going to be on max health, even if we do have the Saurian Vigor, I think it is, where we're gaining health over time. And even then, the rate that we're gaining health isn't great for the rate of damage. Yeah, I'm just going to give my overall opinion right now. Like a second overall opinion, then we'll close off the video. It's not as good as it used to be. This hero, Paleo Luna, she used to be really good. And they have actually, like, they dug her grave. And that's basically my final opinion. And, yeah. Thanks for watching though. It is a decent build still, as I said. You can run it if you want, if you don't already have like a really good sword build. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. I can't play Never Gonna because I got copyright strikes. I'm not even gonna play an emote to end it out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next video. Goodbye.